Can I get you anything?
Yes, coffee, please. It's a nice little town you have here.
Yeah, unless you live here.
You don't like it?
The most exciting thing that happened recently was a semi-jackknifing in front of City Hall. Real exciting.
Come on, there's gotta be something fun to do around here.
This is your first time in flyover country, isn't it? So where are you from?
Richmond.
Dated a guy from Richmond once.
Yeah?
He was a tool.
I'm Ray, by the way.
That's nice. So, tell me, Ray from Richmond, what exactly brings you to Jericho, Virginia?
I'm looking for this guy. This town was the last place he was heard from.
Let the police supposed to handle this in person.
It's complicated.
How so?
Look, have you seen him right now? He's my brother.
He was here about 2 months ago. Stayed for a couple weeks, washed dishes for us a few times, get free meals. Never said anything about a brother.
Where did he go?
I think he said he wanted to go west. The mountains.
Just the mountains? Can you say where exactly?
Beats me. Now, if you'll excuse me, my boyfriend needs a refill.
Look what I found. It's the same postcard Jude sent me for my birthday.
So?
Well, it's at least interesting, don't you think? Did you find out anything?
Jude was here, but he left about 2 months ago. Head west or something.
Really? It's great. We have a lead. Who told you?
Waitress at the diner.
Did you get her number?
No. Besides, I'm not her cousin, so she wouldn't wait for me anyway. You got a cigarette?
I told you already. I quit.
You know, I was supposed to be in Amsterdam today. Amsterdam, Tony.
Yeah, well. Did she tell you where he went specifically?
No, just said he was headed to the mountains or something.
Mountains. Mountains. Oh, remember that time we went to those caves?
Is that what Bahamas?
Oh, yeah. Anyway, we went to these caves west of here in the mountains. Jude loved them. In a town like this. What was it called?
Mayberry?
Babylon. That's what it was.
How do we know he's there?
We don't.
So we drive to Babylon because of your hunch?
Quit being a baby. That's an adventure.
Backpacking through Europe is an adventure.
Fine. Leave. Go to Amsterdam and get herpes.
You're the one with the car.
Hitchhike. Jude's been doing it for months now.
Fine, but you're buying the next tank of gas. Hey, Dad.
Howdy, Raymond. How's the search?
Decent. We got a lead in the last town and we're headed to some podunk town in the mountains.
Oh, that's good, son. That's good.
How are you, Dad?
I'm fine, just fine, son.
Be honest.
All right. Well, it's not good. The doctors say I don't have much longer.
Any chance for a transplant?
I'm just so tired of fighting that insurance company.
Dad, I just got accepted into Columbia Law School. Let me handle the insurance company.
Ray, I'm just so tired.
Dad.
Raymond, listen. Don't worry about me. Find your brother. That's an order, young man.
Yes, sir.
How is he?
Still dying.
It's not funny.
Just stating a fact.
He's our father.
And boy, he did a swell job, didn't he? Look, I don't mean to sound insensitive. I really don't. It's just that Dad and Jude already had their chance to make peace with each other. It's not our fault they didn't. We shouldn't be here right now. We should be home with Dad. What if we're still out here when he, you know?
So, when you said Amsterdam, you really meant home. Is that what you're saying?
You know what I mean. Just tell me where my next turn will be. Need some coffee.
I could use some too. Let me do the talking this time.
Can I get you gentlemen anything?
Coffee, please. Cream and sugar.
I'll take my black.
Sure thing. Anything else?
Yes, actually. We were wondering if you've seen this young man recently.
I have.
I'll be right back with those coffees.
You've seen him?
I'm certain. Come over. Have a seat. Name's Lazarus.
Raymond.
Tony. Pleasure to meet you, Lazarus.
Likewise. I was driving my route from South Carolina to Roanoke, and there was this little fella, skinny little guy, just waving his thumb at any and every little thing that passed.
So, when was this?
Well, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, I suppose. Real nice fella. Quiet at first.
What did he say?
For a young man, he sure was a cynic. He said modern society was a joke, a cruel one. He didn't want to take no part in it. So that's why he took to wandering, looking for answers or something like that. And then he started talking about his family. And boy, let me tell you, when he got on that subject, he had a lot to say.
Here you are, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thanks. So, what did Jude say?
Told me his father was a drunk old cuss. Could never please him. Horrible.
Is that all?
And then he mentioned something about a brother. A real selfish one. Never could please him. Studied pre-law at Princeton, and then another one. Went to a community college, dropped out, wasn't as successful, but at least he was nice. Their mother died shortly after he was born. Some type of infection. You know, that's tough. Losing your mother at a young age. So anyway, why are you fellas looking for him anyway?
We're
Private investigators. His family hired us.
That's so. Funny. Could have sworn you two were relatives.
Look, Lazarus, we're kind of in a hurry, so if you could tell us when you last saw him, that'd be great.
Well, gentlemen, I have to get going. I have to carry this load of granite over to Roanoke. You know, Roanoke used to be called Big Lick. Heck of a name for a town, right?
Wait, you're not gonna tell us?
You sure you're not related to him?
Yes, I'm positive.
Promise.
I swear it. So when did you see him last?
Once you break an egg, it's not going back in the shell. You have a good day, Mr. Bright.
Ray, sit down.
You hear that? How'd he know my name?
Private investigators, really?
It was the heat of the moment, okay?
You lied to his face 3 times.
You heard what he said about us?
You mean what he said about you?
Whatever, it was garbage.
No, Ray. It was the gospel. Gosh, when are you gonna learn to face reality?
Reality? Reality is our dear brother became a hobo because he hates us, and I guarantee he doesn't want us to find him. That's reality.
I'm through with this. Thanks for the coffee.
Tony. Tony! Tony, where are you going?
To find Jude.
How?
Jude?
What just happened?
It was Jude.
What? Jude!
Ray!
No, come on! Come on!
My asthma! Ray!
Where'd he go? I heard a door. Then you went in the church.
Over this way.
Alright.
Go over there.
Jude! 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 Jude? Great. Just great.
I can't believe that was him.
Are you sure it was him?
I'm not gonna lie, in a church, he sure was looking rough though.
Hello?
Why are you here?
Jude?
Why are you here? You're trying to bring me home, aren't you?
Well...
Don't you get it? I don't want to go home. I don't want to be a part of your family. I don't ever want to see you again.
Jude? Jude, this is Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Listen, we're here because of Dad. He's dying, Jude.
From the drinking, huh?
Yep.
Maybe there is a God.
He just wants to see you one last time.
I can't, Tony.
Why?
Do you remember when I was in 10th grade and I got beat to a pulp by the football team?
Of course I do. I spent 3 nights in the hospital with you. That's when we got that chess set, remember?
Yeah. Well, there was no football team.
What?
Yeah. It was our drunk monster of a father.
What?
He couldn't handle his son not living up to his expectations. I wasn't the jock tough guy. I am nothing like him. Yeah. It happened more than once, too. Isn't that right, Ray?
Ray?
He just turned away, didn't he? Yeah. He's good at doing that.
Ray.
So what? Now Dad wants forgiveness? Wants to make things right with the son he could never understand?
Jude, we love you. I love you. Please, come home.
No, Tony, I can't.
Yes, you can. He's dying, Jude.
Forget about me. Forget you even had a younger brother. Dad lost his chance.
Jude.
And tell Dad, if there is a hell, I hope he burns in it. And Ray, if you can hear me, you can join him too. Goodbye, Tony.
Jude! Is it true? Raymond Christian Bragg, is what Jude said true?
Yes.
This can't be real.
Look, it was no secret Dad had a drinking problem. I mean, shoot, after Mom died, we were all so screwed up.
You did nothing to help. You let it happen.
Let me explain.
Explain what? How you let a monster almost kill his own son and you did nothing about it?
It's not that simple.
How?
He threatened me.
Oh, for Pete's sake, Ray. You've been able to bench 400 pounds since you were in the 6th grade. You could have taken him.
Wasn't that kind of threat.
What kind of threat was it then? Princeton. He threatened to not pay for your precious Princeton. Didn't he? That's it, isn't it? Dang. Of all the disgusting, screwed up family horror stories I've ever heard, this has to take the cake.
You don't know what it's like.
To be a piece of crap?
No, to have potential. That's right. You know, growing up, I watched you fumble your way through kindergarten all the way to high school. You and everyone else in the family. What's the answer to this equation, Ray? I don't get this concept, Ray. I watched people choke on your mediocrity, then I looked at myself. Everything came so naturally for me. I didn't even have to try so hard. So finally I realized I had something that almost no one has. Potential. Potential to be somebody. You know what that feels like? Of course you don't. You're too busy flunking out of community college. Community college, Tony. Who flunks out of community college? I'm sorry, bro. All that sounds awful now I said it out loud. Dang.
How did it get to this way? Where did we take a wrong turn?
I don't know, Tony. I should have been there for you. For both of you. I've just been so selfish. Remember the chessboard?
Yeah, what about it?
That was one thing that helped keep us together. I didn't know what to do after Dad beat Jude that first time. You used it to distract Jude, and even me. Even made Jude smile a bit. That was always hard after the incident. I should have stood up for you and Jude. I shouldn't have been so selfish. What happened to that? I'm sorry, Tony. I'm sorry for everything. Why don't you scramble an egg? We're going back in the shell.
Yeah, well, I still love you, you cracked egg.
Hey.
Hey.
So how long you keep running? Come on, get in. You know, to make an omelet, you have to break a few eggs. Maybe all is not lost.
Hey, Dad.
How you doing?
I spent every day the last 13 years keeping company with Captain Morgan, and this is how that schmuck repays me. So did you find him?
Yes.
And he said, go screw yourself, didn't he?
Dad, we tried.
You have no idea how much I appreciate that. You really don't.
I'm sorry, Dad. I thought we could convince him.
You know how they say that when you're on your deathbed, you got a ton of wisdom? That's a bunch of bullcrap. I've been a terrible father. I know that. Everybody knows that. But when I look at you two, I see the kind of men that I should have been to you and to Jude. And I think to myself, how in the world did I get so dang lucky?
But Dad, the only person I've ever thought about was myself.
I see a young man who gave up a backpacking trip to Europe. It's been a dream of his ever since he could say the word Switzerland. And you did it to go find your lost brother.
I didn't want to.
But you did it. And you probably still feel ashamed of those report cards, don't you? But you tracked down Jude. I had so many private investigators tell me that this was just going to be far too difficult. But you did it. You forget about what that community college said. You're a smart man, Tony.
Thanks, Dad.
If we had found Jude, what would you have done?
Well, for starters, I'd tell him it's for his sake that I am most sorry. and I would climb out of this bed. I would fall on my hands and knees and cry at his feet. And I'd tell him I have missed him every day since he left. And I'd tell him it doesn't matter that you weren't athletic or popular. And most of all, I'd tell him I'm so sorry. I'd tell him I love him. I'd tell him I love him.
Sorry, I have to take a few tests.
Of course.
We'll be back in the morning.
We love you, Dad.
I love you too, boys. Hey, you don't forget that.